Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends. So I know I haven't been putting out a lot of Raid Shadow Legends videos lately. I've been playing a lot of other games. You can look over here to the side and you can see that Calabria Crystal Guardians is an amazing turn-based game. It's a gacha game. You're going to love it. If you play it, believe me, you're going to love it. I've been playing Dragon Champions. I've been playing Wolcen on Steam. It's tons of fun, but we will be doing more and more Raid Shadow Legends. Don't worry. Do not worry about it. So what we have tonight is 10-time summon for Minaya and Khoronar. So if you're looking forward to that, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch, StewGaming TV. It's right here up above the YouTube. Just go over there, click the, it has a little arrow, says Twitch. Go over to it, hit follow. I'm going to be live. We're going to be doing summons for these tonight. I'm pretty sure this is going to go live. We've already had this leaked to us. 10-time summon for both of them. Let's drop this down and go over what these champions are all about. But I will be live probably by the time you watch this. I could already be live because this should be happening within the hour or so. Should be. So let's see if they're even worth it. Let's look at this champion. Remember, 10-time summon does not increase your chance of actually getting lightning, of getting a nat 5, a legendary. It just increases your chance of when you do hit lightning, that 0.5%, keep in mind, or the 6% with a sacred shard, which you saw up here, that you still got to hit the lightning. And then it's a low percentage chance to even get them still. So the only reason you want to summon is because there is a fusion event going on. I'm sure those combined together, I'm going to make room to do some summons because I want to get as many of these for the fusion as I can, because I don't want to do any of this right here. I'm pretty much done with all this without any new content, without them giving me more space, without a million other things that are going on with the clan boss books in this game. Go play Calabria. Go try it out. Just try it out. It's amazing. You'll be like, why can't this game have these things? Why? It's been out for a year. It's been under development for like 2 years, 3 years. After that, beta tested. So I'm hoping to pull some of these champions because I'm not going to do these rare fusions. So if I can pull at least 2 out of 3 of these here, I've already got this one, then maybe I'll be okay to do one of these. We'll see. And then, of course, we've got the 10 times chance to get these other champions. Again, let's look and see what they're all about. Let's check her out and see if she's even worth it. So on her aura, she has a 19% increased speed, which is okay. We've got a lot of other ones lately who've had a really high increase in speed in dungeons or in arena, wherever else we go. 19% isn't going to be used a lot. You'll probably use somebody else as your speed lead, but it's good to have, right? So she attacks one enemy based off of attack, places a continuous heal buff on an ally with the lowest HP for 2 turns. There's no condition for it, no need to crit, which is always good. It is a legendary, so you would assume that would be the case. This one heals for quite a lot. 3-turn cooldown, heals this champion and the ally with the lowest HP by 10,000 HP. That's quite a bit. It really is. I don't like a fixed rate in these type of games because overall, fixed rates over time don't usually pan out very well, but this is quite a lot of health, so it should be okay for years to come, I hope. And then has a 100% chance to place 100% heal reduction debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Very strong. So it's going to heal you and somebody else, and then it's going to place a block heal reduction on everybody by 100%. Block heals. Pretty cool on a 3-turn cooldown, and it does do damage to 1 enemy. Okay, this one heals all allies by 40% of their max HP. Places a block debuff buff for 2 turns on champions under increased defense buffs, which you're going to get from Khoronar, so don't worry about that. We'll get it from him. Or whoever else, you know. There's tons of other champions that do an increased defense buff if you have it up. If this champion is fully healed by this skill, also places a shield buff on them for 2 turns equal to 25% of their champion's HP. Again, even more. It's pretty crazy. 40%. Then if you're fully healed, you get an HP shield for 25% of your max HP. Plus, you get the block debuffs. And if you had, well, you get the block debuffs if you're under increased defense on a 4-turn cooldown. Pretty sweet. Still, we need a condition there, so I don't like it as much. Her passive only works for her and Khoronar. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 20% when this champion is killed. That does work for everyone. But then revives this champion by 75% HP when killed if Khoronar is on the same team. That's really it. I think she's cool. I really don't like this condition of having to have increased defense to get the block debuffs because it is a 4-turn cooldown. Even though this is a crazy high heal, it's still on a 4-turn cooldown. So all in all, I'm not a big fan of her, although she does have crazy stats. Look at her stats. Everything is high. Speed, defense, attack, all of it is very high. So she could probably pump out some really good damage too. So she'll be fun. She'd be fun to play. If I had her, I'd probably have a different view of her, but unfortunately I don't have her. So for Skinwalkers, a lot of people like this guy. He's a Void legendary champion. It'd be really cool to pull him. He does have 2 passive. He does damage based off of HP. His HP is pretty high at 27,000. He's got 99 speed, which is okay. let's look at what he's got. So he attacks all enemies with a 50% chance to decrease each target's turn meter by 10%. Not too amazing. But if you have her, attacks all enemies 2 times instead of 1, and the chance to decrease their turn meter is increased to 100%, so you'll always decrease it by 10%. And then if she's on the same team, damage of each hit will be increased by 50% based off of HP. I'm sure if she's there, this is going to hit really hard, and you're going to slowly, deplete their turn meter only by a little bit. But still, it's going to hit much harder. It's going to hit twice and 50% harder. That's pretty crazy. Then on his A2, has a 100% chance to place a provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn, and places a block debuffs buff and a 60% increased defense buff on himself for 2 turns. And then if you have her with him, removes all debuffs from him before placing the block debuffs and increased defense on him if she's if Minaya is on the same team as him. So that is that one. Then attacks all enemies on an A3 on a 4-turn cooldown, places a decreased attack of 50% for 2 turns, and then places a 60% decreased defense on targets under decreased attack. Now I guess this would go into effect in this kind of order. So he's going to try to place the decreased attack. If he does place the decreased attack, then he will place the decreased defense, again based on HP, which usually these attacks can hit pretty hard, and it's hitting everybody on a 4-turn cooldown. This skill is actually pretty fun. It's a lot of fun to have. And then he has 2 other passes: counterattack when hit by enemies under any of these abilities here, or counterattack if she's on the same team as him. So a lot of fun counterattacking with this right here, and having a counterattack where there's not actual counterattack to take away from somebody. Like, we can't remove this buff. It's not a counterattack buff. He's just going to counterattack if you're under decreased attack, decreased defense, or if she's on the team. So that's pretty strong. It's actually pretty strong, and he's going to counterattack back with this. Obviously, if she's with him, it's going to be a lot dirtier. So that's one passive. His second passive places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns if he's killed. So that is okay. I mean, obviously you don't want one of your champions to die, but if he does die, for 2 turns you're going to have increased defense of 60%. Overall, I think they're both okay. They're good. They're great legendary champions. They're not overpowered like they'd like to make a lot of these champions out there. They didn't go ahead and just give these champions everything and make it to where if you had them, you wouldn't play other champions, which I like that about these. I like that they're very cool. They're unique, but they're not super OP, and they just gave all the skills to them like they did with Rotos or any other champion like that you've seen out there. So these are much better balanced champions. Much better balanced champions, and I do enjoy them. So if you do want to summon tonight, again, I will be on here. We're going to be doing some summons. I've got to clear out a lot of space. Please come and join me on these other games. The Calibria one that I'm playing right now, the Crystal Guardian, they have everything. They have a great haul. They have an arena shop for books. They give you champions to progress in that are fun and easy and fast. You've got tons of stuff to do. They have a tower. They have a dueling, real-time arena duel right away. Right when you play, you can do real-time arena duel. There's so much more to do. Wilson is tons of fun that I'm playing on Steam. It's like a Diablo. It's a Diablo Path of Exile type of game. Dragon Champions, I've been playing that for over 120 days or so. A lot of fun there. So do come to the Discord. Do join me for Raid Shadow Legends, of course, and also for these other games. Everybody's having a lot of fun out there. When we stream, we're streaming to do summons tonight. We'll do as many as we can for whoever wants to show up. We're probably going to have a good showing of a lot of people that want to do some summons. We'll do all those summons, and then if we run out of summons to do, we'll jump in another game to play and have a little fun with that, because we're not going to do account help tonight. We usually do that in the morning whenever we get on there. But tonight, we're just going to do summons, and then we'll jump into something else. Also, I'm a huge fan of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I play that a lot with my viewers. I've been having tons of fun playing that game as well. So we'll play it all. We will do everything. What else do we have? So we got a tournament going on. I don't know if you guys have still been doing I'm sure you're trying to go for the Fusion because you know how powerful Rotos is. We had the Dragon Tournament. The Dragon Tournament I haven't had a problem with. All these other ones, the only voice of concern that I've heard from people are the usual things, like the champion training. The Summon Rush, we'll have to see what that's going to play out to be to get this. Reliquary Tinder might be a crazy amount. Actually, it might have already told us what it's going to be. We'll have to see. So these other ones, Arena Assault, I'm not sure how hard that is for people to get. I don't think that one's too difficult. The Artifact Enhancement, I heard, takes a lot of coin, especially for free-to-play or low spenders. I'll have to try and do a few more of these so I can get this champion. And then I know the Dungeon Diver event shouldn't have been an issue for a lot of people out there as long as they had some energy saved up. But this one always gets everyone, and it gets me. I mean, if I use my chickens to do this, I'm making 6 stars, and I feel like it's not moving at all. I feel like this line is not moving at all to get these champions. I don't know what it takes or what kind of formula they've used for this, but this is not friendly to anybody. No one at all. So also the Calibria is going to have events for you that are definitely going to be free to play friendly. So don't worry about that. It's going to be just like Summoners Wars. You're going to be able to get books in those events and everything else. It's such a good game. It's such a good game. I'm telling you, it's such a good game. So you'll be able to do, I don't know, I've heard a lot of concern about these events, just like we have for every fusion out there. So see how it is. Let me know in the comments below if you're looking forward to these summons. Please come and join me. I will be on Twitch shortly. I guess it's going to be a couple hours from now, but I'll see you guys all there. Have a wonderful day, and good luck with your summons.